Hey, what up, everybody? It's your man King Real. Welcome to another episode of King's Court. I'm trying to get a last minute bet in right now, but what's up, Jay Money?
What's up, y'all? Hey, you already know, man. We doing the show, but we still got other screens pulled up, man. We over here making bets. I've been doing this the past 30 minutes, man. Let's get this money today.
No doubt. We got our man Jimmy joining us probably about 10 minutes, man. So, what's up, Max, man? Sippy Max, man. Welcome back, bro. You here all week with us through the rest of the playoffs, man. Got to have you.
Yeah, man, psyched to be here rest of the playoffs. Had a bad day last night. I woke up early today just to fucking get this game's cap. Really excited about this. Al Horford is gonna play, so let's get into these games, man.
No doubt. Let's get to the very first game, man. The Detroit, not the Detroit Pistons, I'm tripping. The Indiana Pacers versus the Boston Celtics, man. I hear myself echoing in the background. Do y'all hear that too?
It don't sound too bad. It ain't too bad.
All right. Just making sure. Just making sure. Yeah. The first game, man. Last game went under by 50 plus points, man. I was definitely on the over in that spot right there. Pacers put up 8 points in the third quarter. Morris stepped up big time in that game with 20 points, 7 rebounds, and was 7 for 9 from the free throw line. Boston only allowed 2 players in double digits. Nobody on the Pacers could really get anything going out there, man. I think Collison's playing hurt, Jay. I want to know your take on that as well. They also got out rebounded, man, 42 to 55 from this Boston Celtics team. They were able to contain Boston early on in that game and force some turnovers and stuff the first half of the game, but they really couldn't do anything the second half of the game. My whole question is who steps up for Indy tonight? And what type of players do we see? I mean, Evans averages 10 points a game. The man went 3 for 11 last game. McDermott, I mean, shit, he went 1 for 7 with 7 points. I don't know who picks it up tonight now. I don't know who scores for this Pacers team. They're a defensive team, and if the defense not clicking, and their offense really is not going to bail them out in any situations. I'm liking the under this game. I had the 52 excuse me. I was leading on the 52 and a half earlier. I ended up finally getting it at 53. So I took the under first quarter 53. I think in play is probably going to be the way I go, but I also do like Boston first half. Possibly will be a play, but I'm an in play. Right now, only bet on this game for me is the first quarter under. This is the game that we have on while we go on King's Court. I'll be able to tweet out some plays and get some in plays over the line, Jay.
Yeah, and this one, I mean, I hear you there saying where the Pacers are, you know what I'm saying, where it's going to come from. But when I look at the first game, especially in the first half, they actually showed that they could hang with them, you know what I'm saying, with the Celtics. So I'm not really sold on them yet. I know a lot of people like the Celtics here in the East. I'm still not a big fan. I mean, at the house, they are a whole nother beast, but I'm still not a fan. I think that the Pacers can keep this game close. I'm not really sure about the first half, but I know full game. I'm liking them to stay inside this 7.5 points. You possibly could have even got 8. You know what I'm saying? A +8. So with Horford being reeled in, but he is a little sick. He probably won't be 100% out there. He is one of their main key guys. You know what I'm saying? If you will or whatever. But I just think that the Pacers come out here a little bit pissed. And very motivated, especially off getting held to 8 points of like one of the lowest quarters. Period. You know what I'm saying? To play in like the playoffs history, damn near. So I like the Pacers to come out here with revenge, pissed off, motivated. They could. I think that they're gonna sneak inside this number. And I want to take the over so bad. It got all the way up to 208. You see him buy back down now to 207. But some crazy feeling, man. I have a feeling that this is going to be points in this one. I know that the last game went under by 52 points, but I still think that this one will get up and over. I mean, you look at the total of this one, it's shooting up even more. So, I mean, I feel like in the playoffs is a perfect time for just go with the zigzag, man. A lot of times it won't always cash, but you definitely will come out on top. I like the Pacers here. I lean to the over. I hadn't got there yet. I'm going to see how they play the first half. If they plan to get somewhere even around 90 some points in the first half, I will be hopping on the second half over.
No doubt. Real quick, Max, you want to touch on this? But before you touch on this game, I just want to give one of the reasons, also point stat wise, of reasons why I did take the under. My shit's still loading up. Here we go. When it comes to first half points, the Indiana Pacers average. Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? I'm so sorry. I'm holding y'all up. I got so many fucking notes. I got to throw some of this shit away. Oh, there, my. I'll get to the first quarter. Go ahead, Max. Break this game down. I'll get my first quarter stats in a minute. I'm on first half stats.
As you guys said, this game is a bit of tricky. Indiana last game in the third quarter, nothing was really going for them. Celtics actually played really well. The score was like 26 to 8. I see this game where Celtics come out with that fire this game, at least the first half, because if you guys remember last game, Indiana pretty much dominated them in the first half, pretty much got everything they wanted. The shots weren't really falling for the Celtics, but in the third quarter, you know, Kyrie and Jason Tatum turned it up. I'm actually on the first quarter -2. Celtics are the third best team in the NBA when it comes to the first quarter. They average first quarter wins by 2.4 points over the whole season, and at home they average about 3.1 points win first quarters. So I took the Boston Celtics first quarters -2, and the Pacers the whole season they lose the first quarter by 0.3 points, and at away they lose about -1 point. So I really feel like Celtics didn't really do that well first half last game, and they got the momentum from second half, and I see them coming out firing today. It was Al Horford was listed. He might miss this game because of illness, I think, but he is ruled in back in. Without him, they probably would gotten out rebounded. Indiana Pacers, the regular season were actually the best defensive team in the NBA. If you watch the third and fourth quarter, Celtics played really well defense. I know it's only has been one game, but as so far in the playoffs, Celtics have the best defense if you look at the ratings. For the under, I don't really have anything else. I have the first quarter, but here are the stats if you guys are looking at the under or the over. Celtics this season have been averaging about 112 points overall of the season, and at home they have been averaging about 113.4. Offensive rating per 100 possession, they score about 111 points and keep their opponent to around 107 points. Pacers this season, 107 points they score, and away they score about 106 points. Offensive rating per 100 possessions is about 109.3 points. Defensive rating, they let their opponents score about 107 points. So if you look at those stats, it should be the over. 203 feels a bit fishy. It's a really low line. I think last game was like 215 or 14, and they dropped it like 12 points. I don't know. Last game, it was really, really under. If the defense is here from last game, it should be an easy under game. My lean here would be the over, though. The stats are speaking for it. I didn't really pull the trigger. I'm only on the first quarter. 2 units, Celtics minus the 2 points.
No doubt. Yeah, I took the over personally. I'm on the first quarter with you as well, Max, when it comes to Celtics. Not a play I'm giving out to everybody, but just I'm a first quarter better. I love first quarter wagers. So just me personally, I'm on a 2.5 Boston first quarter. Small bet. Basically, what I did was split a unit. I took a unit and a unit and split it in half. I took the first quarter Boston as well, minus the 2.5, and I took the over 203. But as I said, I was telling Jay before we came online, the reason why I can't give it out is it moved up so much. And also the last total was under 50-some points. And once capped it again, I just don't see where the offense comes from for the Pacers here. I mean, Boston, even without Smart, played a solid defensive game. Both of these teams, and if Indiana had any opportunity at all, any chance of winning these games, they have to play defense. What I need to see from Boston tonight, though, while I'm saying I'm going to play this game mainly, I need to see what Bynes go out there and do. I need to see more from Bynes, and not just Bynes. The player who really didn't do the last game, who I need to see step up, because this is going to let me know more about Boston going forward, is Rozier. I need to see what Rozier did. The guys have climbed a lot this season to me. And the playoff time, I need to see what he does. In the last game, he really didn't show me anything, especially with the way Collison had performed last game. I expected Rozier to probably come out here a decent game in this matchup, too, when it comes up there when he goes off that bench. And me, my man Teddy B, have a friendly $500 wager. He has the Boston Celtics to make it to the championship this year. So, hey, Teddy, good luck to you, man. But, Jay, what's your take on that, man? If you had any players from either side of tonight who needs to step up, I mean, Indiana, they probably won't make it to the next round, Jay. But if anybody can step up tonight, who would you say would be that player? And for Boston to move forward, who would you expect to see tonight to step up? Or who would you like to see step up tonight?
Well, real quick, I want to get in on that shit too, man. Teddy, if you're in the chat, hey, I want to get in on that too, man. I got 500 band, whatever you want to do, baby. I want some of that action. I don't think that the Celtics are going to the championship. I know you think they're coming out the East. I don't fucking see it. I don't. You know what I'm saying? But some players that I'll see. Well, for one, the Pacers as a team, the first thing I'll say, you just can't score 8 points again in a quarter. You just can't. I don't care. The Celtics defense, they're still pretty good, but this year they're still on a decline, especially the second half of the year. A lot of their totals been going over. I mean, they've been pushing the pace, and the defense hadn't really just been there. I mean, I know it's the playoffs, but I just don't think it's going to be that much lower scoring tonight. I mean, the Pacers don't have a whole lot of scorers out there. It's just the fact, will they come out motivated? I mean, they have some players out there. You know what I'm saying? Matthews, Bogdanovich, Thaddeus Young, Turner. It's just that how much production you're gonna get out of them. That's one thing about the Pacers. When they're missing their star, you don't really have a go-to guy. You know what I'm saying? I like some of their players off the bench. You know what I'm saying? And Sabonis, which Sabonis, he could be a starter as well. You know, he used to be in the starting lineup. They kind of sort of playing around with Young and Sabonis, but I still feel like they have a very deep team. You know what I'm saying? Corey Joseph's coming off the bench. Tyreek Evans, he plays when he wants to, but when he's feeling it, he can make some shots. Doug McDermott, he can make some threes. So we'll just see if they can keep it closer. I'm getting points in this one, so I had to take the 7.5. But I could understand someone not liking the offensive punch for the Pacers, but I'm just hoping they can stick inside this number for me.
No doubt. Real quick, Max, that question for you too before we introduce our next guest on the show. When it comes to the Indiana Pacers, man, like I said, I hope they move on to the next round. But who needs to step up in this game tonight, man? Who do you see? Is it Evans? Is it Collison? Is it somebody else that we're not? Is it Wesley Matthews? Who do you think needs to step up in this series to make sure that they don't get swept and at least compete? And when it comes to the Boston side, like I mentioned, Bynes and Rozier, to me, I think Rozier is a player we need to see more from right now, especially going forward with Boston. Your take on either side, or both sides, actually, who do you see needs to step up on both sides?
From the Celtics side, it's gotta be Jason Tatum or Kyrie. They tend to win more games when Jason Tatum is knocking down those threes, as you guys saw in the third quarter last game. So if he gets off to a good start, maybe about 9 to 10 points first half, so he gets his confidence up, then he could just pretty much be balling second half. Indiana Pacers, Darren Collison, I don't even have any faith in that guy. They need to find a new point guard for that team. I mean, Oladipo probably will be out half of next season. But for them to win tonight, I would love to see Bogdanovich get it going. And Sabonis, he's actually a really good player. Post player, gets those rebounds, and I think it's usually Jason Tatum who plays defense on him. Last time he didn't really have a hard time surpassing him and going to the hoop. I think he should get a bit more play time today. So if Bogdanovich and Sabonis could help the team score, we should see the over and might even cover the spread. But as I said, I only took the first score. I didn't really pull the trigger on any other plays.
No doubt. My man said Tony Rozier gonna rob an NBA franchise when he become a free agent. I don't know if they can get his bag, man. Speaking of bag, man, we gotta look at my man Jimmy the bag, man. Jimmy, I don't know if he took a play on this game or not yet. Only play that I personally have is the first quarter under. My man Jay's on the over. If I'm correct, Jay, and then I think he's also, like you said, he's on the Pacers. Our man Max, who's a longtime listener of your show, Jimmy. He's watching our show. He's part of the Money Game. He's been on here, so I want to introduce you to as well, man. Because I know he's probably starstruck a little bit on the show with Jimmy the Bags. I think he would have got him a little henny for the show too, Jim. But who do you have tonight, Jim? If anybody in Indiana in the Celtics game.
First off, what a treat it is to be on your show. I feel like I can, my show is work and your show I can enjoy. And it's my first chance working with my man, Max. I've watched you on this show. You are a great capper. I am honored to be working with the three of you guys. Boston, Indiana, well, clearly what Jay was saying and the market was saying about the over seems to be the spot. 25 points in the first 3 minutes and 13 seconds. I mean, my God. An 84-74. There's something about the playoffs in NHL and NBA that I just don't, I'm not quite as successful as I am in the regular season. I've been playing with a little bit too much fear and second guessing myself. But I don't have a play on this Indiana-Boston game. I'd be interested maybe in some live play action. I have filled a couple accounts right now. But at this point, I got nothing. The only play I'm on is Utah-Houston over 213.5. After we break down these three games, I would love, so if you could keep in mind, King, if we could talk futures action, to win outright, to win the East, and to win the series. But other than that, thank you for having me, and I'm excited to be here, man.
No doubt, no doubt. And you gotta tell your guys, Freddie and Larry, man, they can't all be in the background next show going like this. Look mighty awkward going off camera like that, especially Freddie's face that he was making doing that. But I still all love Freddie, but that was too many leeches the other day for me, bro. But but thank you for joining us, Jim. Let's welcome in the chat, man. What's up, Mr. Pittman, Paco Healy, Eddie, Juna, Mr. Viper, Sean Watson, Marcus Jackson. Might have said the last wrong name, but I was moving up. And Beasley, Gabriel, Grimy, Pedro, EJ, Max. If I missed anybody, man, I'm sorry, man. We got a lot, 200 of you guys in here, man. Please hit the like button. And thank you guys for joining us. Before we move on to the next game, though, man, we always got to recap what happened yesterday, man. I apologize. For some reason, my first half in NBA in-play bets and stuff like that, cash. It happened with me with Golden State the other day. You guys know that, man. We cashed a quick, like 4 or 5 bets that fast the first half, and then lost 3 the second half when they lost a 31-point lead. OKC, to me right now, Dame Lillard is owning Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is costing this team right now. I'm on the minus 160 to win the championship. I mean, not win the championship, but beat the Blazers. I'm on them again, plus a 120 or 140. My wife look at the ticket for them to beat the Blazers. What I've seen, man, I'm a little bit worried right now, man. James, if Westbrook turns this into a one-on-one competition, he's not going to win that way, man. And even though he almost had a triple-double yesterday, he still struggled with shooting. I think it may be the knees, and it just may be his Dame's time in the year right now. Dame is getting swept in the first round. Okay, she doesn't have an answer for CJ at all. CJ is out there just fucking doing whatever the hell he wants to do. Hey, to me yesterday, OKC losing that game was one of the ones that really let me down the most. And I was like, damn. And I'm fading my Blazers. It was a bittersweet for me. They're winning, and I'm losing at the same time. Bitter fucking sweet. What shocked you yesterday, man? What did you see that stood out to you yesterday in these games? And Jimmy, let me hear your take on it.
Well, yeah, that was a bit of a shocker. Like I told you guys, I did like OKC in that game small. I told you guys that was the bet that I didn't like, that I liked the least of the day. I mean, and I wasn't surprised by seeing the Blazers come out like that. I mean, you saw it in the first half. They were going back and forth. The Blazers, ended up being tied at the half, which I feel like that was a little bit of a win for them because OKC was really on their ass. For the fact that the Blazers came back and tied it up before the half, I feel like they opened the door for all the momentum, you know what I'm saying, the second half. They didn't surprise me whatsoever. I don't know why in the hell I didn't hop on Portland second half because I still technically was thinking that maybe OKC would get it done, especially the way they were playing. But, I mean, they just can't stop Dame out there. I mean, he out there all day, bro. You can't stop him. If you don't stop him, you're not going to win this series. So if I had OKC to win this series, I would be very worried right now because I'm sure everyone was thinking that everyone was on OKC the first game, and then everybody was on them second game. And they lost both of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the first one was was obviously close. The second game, 20-point loss. So, I mean, you're going back to OKC. We'll see what they bring this next game. Like I said, if they don't cover the spread, I would be extremely worried. But surprising me yesterday, I was real big on that Magic and Raptors game over, man. The second quarter, they came out and scored 60. I mean, the third quarter came out and scored 60 points. I'm like, all right, boom. The second half finna go over. You know what I'm saying? Man, 37 points in the fourth quarter just killed us. The Raptors, they covered the first half and the full game pretty easy. But, I mean, that over would have been real nice, man. I would have had some bands yesterday. But the way that Denver came back, I was watching that game. I saw it instantly where they stole the momentum, got it down below 10. I kept live betting. They got down from 19 points to 9. They finna come back and win this fucking game. Hey, plus they had the house, it had momentum. They started playing lockdown defense on the Spurs and start making baskets every single time. If you're watching these games, man, you have to look for an in-play spot and the overhit as well. So Denver covering that game, come back. I feel like that was the craziest thing that happened.
No doubt. Jimmy, your take on yesterday, what you saw?
Well, I did double down this morning on the Thunder, and I didn't announce it, which is so strange. Obviously, I don't have confidence in it that I didn't bother tweeting it out, but I did put another unit down on the Thunder at plus 175. I feel like we can get overwhelmed by what we see early in a series. And this series is not going to be short. The Thunder, I believe, will impose their will on these two games, and then it will come down to a 3-game series. And I don't like the way Westbrook's playing, but I trust Paul George. And I know that Dame has a lot to prove still, especially after last year's sweep. But in the NBA, like horse racing, sometimes you can't believe exactly what you're seeing. And hearing Riku Roxas all over Portland scares me. And seeing a bunch of our cappers all over Portland scares me. But I do think that when push comes to shove, Paul George will be a difference maker regardless of his shoulder injury. That Cantor will be who he is defensively, which is one of the worst defensive centers in the league. And I think that at plus 175, I was getting a ton of value. But the fact that I wouldn't even tweet it out is fucked. And I can't, obviously, I don't have confidence in the play if I didn't tweet it out. So I still should probably tweet it out. But I just think that this story in the Thunder Blazers series is still to be written. And I think that the bigs in Portland will ultimately let them down. So that's how I see the series breaking down. And then the Nuggets, I was just waiting. What took them so long? What took them so long? If anybody's got future action on the Nuggets, I would be concerned. But I do think that they beat the Spurs in this series. And let's see, what is it tomorrow? Nuggets plus 3.5. I think that if I take the money line on Denver in both of those games, Thursday and Saturday, that I will get one of them. And I know that's going against all of the cappers, again, like Ski taking Spurs on the series, stuff like that. But I want to hear what you guys think of this Nuggets Spurs series, because saying that out loud, I think I'm going to take the Nuggets on the money line in both those games.
Me personally, I could, if it was at maybe a plus 2 something, I could see that. But I could understand your logic by taking in both money lines. I'm on the Spurs tomorrow. I got them a little late. I got them at 3.5 though. I'm already on them, and I'm on them to win the series at 220. That was the one series that I looked at. I'm like, this is the Spurs. To me, that the refs changed that game yesterday. If you ask me, the refs changed that game completely. When Pop got that tech, yeah, they had the momentum and all, but that tech right there just changed the complexion of the rest of the game right there, and it pumped up the Nuggets. The Nuggets did what they're supposed to do at home. They won a game. They didn't win both. The Blazers went at home, and they won both games that they were supposed to do. So I'm not really too concerned about the OKC series. I'm actually liking the fact I'm getting money there. And I thought this series would go 6, maybe 7. I didn't think my Blazers would get swept. But I didn't expect them to win both games in Portland. Jimmy, we could go. Let's get to the other game. We'll cap it. But we could definitely dive back into the series, man, before we get up off here and talk about these future bets. Max, real quick before we cap the other game, brother, from you, what surprised you yesterday as well, man? I know you said you kind of had the similar kind of days with some of the bets you took, man. What was the most shocking thing you saw yesterday?
Yeah, OKC played really well first half and first quarter, and they just started choking. I think Dame Lillard is pretty much taking this personally. He's been like top 1, like the best fourth quarter scorer, or at least top 3 this season, and people just keep on like doubting him. So he's pretty sick and tired of that. Dude just started pulling up threes from the logo. Well played, man. A really good game from them. But that Spurs game, I hate to be that guy, but everybody could see Greg Popovich screaming and like waving, and the ref didn't look at him, and they give him a fucking technical after that. That was really sad to see. Of course, Denver they pulled it down from a 19-point deficit, came back to win the game. But come on, man, some of those foul calls were really ridiculous. Pretty much just killed the game for Spurs. Couldn't get the flow back. They started shooting bricks. Talking about bricks, OKC, bad shot selection again. Paul George feels like he panics, and when he does that, he just starts to shoot those really bad threes. That game could have gone better, but you guys have to know, going back to the Denver Spurs game, both those teams are really bad on the road. I still think Spurs will win the series. And to finish it off, Jimmy, I'm honored to be here with you, man. I've been watching your show for a long time, so finally we get to meet up.
Oh, I love it, Max. Come back to me for a sec. I know you guys going to break this down, but Max, I have so much respect for you, man. And so it's mutual and great to be on the show with you, my guy. This is a treat. And I hope we have many, many, many more in our future.
No doubt. Well, we missed that 4:20 hour real quick before you break the next game down as well, Max. And Jimmy, I gotta do it for the fans, y'all. It's 4:25 now, y'all. So that means I gotta hit this shit a whole lot longer. I hit it after I get to this Detroit game, but once I hit this shit, I might come back. It's like Puff the Magic Dragon and shit in here. Man, Key Rail on cloud 9, 10, 11, and 12 when y'all come back to me with the camera. But let's talk about this shit real quick. Make sure y'all hit that dab, man. It's 4:25. Hit it 5 times, man. It's playoff. Hit it for playoff right there. But anyway, no Blake Griffin tonight, if I'm correct. Let me pull up my thing real quick to refresh my entries. If I'm correct, there's no Blake tonight, but I'm hoping that Blake does play. Blake Griffin is out. I mean, this Bucks first quarter, the line with the 4.5. I like him at the 4.5. I like the Bucks at the first half. I like the Bucks at the -15. I mean, Detroit's the 27th team in the league in roll points. They can take away Blake Griffin right there, man. They drop it worse. In third or second when it comes to field goal percentage on the road, they're going to drop it more without Blake Griffin in the game. The Bucks held Detroit to 43 points in both halves last game they played. Jimmy, you saw what I brought up, man, your show in the chat, man. I said if Luke is a primary scorer, you're in trouble. I'm not down with Luke Kennard. I think he's a great player over there, but the rest of the guys over here, where is the offense going to come from? Meritek, I didn't see more from Meritek. I didn't see more from Ilyasova. Meritek, 15 minutes, he had 4 points and 4 turnovers. He went 2 for 8. Ilyasova, 23 minutes, he had 0 free throw attempts, 6 rebounds, and 0 points. Those are things I have to think. The minor critiques that you give to the team, like the Bucks, you ask me right now. I mean, the Bucks held Detroit to 38% from field goal, 29% from 3. I think it's the same bullshit tonight, man. Jimmy, let me get your take on it before you jump on this game, Jay Moody. But I see an easy roll for the Bucks here. I don't see how they stop Giannis, and they're too deep at the bigs. And you're gonna need a lot from Drummond. You're gonna need Luke to step up, and you're gonna need this guard to step up for Detroit. And this Detroit beginning of the year, Jimmy, they had a hard time scoring. Made a few trades, and when they have Blake out there, they look good. But even at the end of the year, when Blake was on the court with them, he wasn't looking healthy. They looked bad. They didn't look the same. So even if he played tonight, he didn't play worse. They're better off without Blake, but they're still in trouble, man. The Bucks team should probably finish this team early. Jim, your take.
I think you nailed it. I'm surprised that we've had a 1-point move from 14.5 to 15.5 with Blake's announcement. I don't know who in their right mind would have actually thought, if you saw what's on his knee right now, there's just no way. If you watch him in the shoot around, there's a couple of clips. I mean, he's not jumping when he takes shots. So I'm shocked that it was enough to make a point move. I guess the situation with me is having Milwaukee to sweep at +200 is such a nice spot to be in that I don't feel like I need to do anything in these games. And maybe I'm leaving money on the table, but I expect Detroit to step up, and them stepping up, they'll still lose by 20 to 25 points. But after getting completely embarrassed in game 1, it's not really, I don't want to take a -15.5 when I'm sitting on a +200 ticket. So I guess what interests me more in this Detroit-Milwaukee game is the total. And I'm surprised that BetOnline opened it at 210.5. That's crazy to me. But it's been bet up 5 points at BetOnline. And so the over I found the over very appealing. And I should have made a move. And now with a 5-point swing, I'm not going to take it. I think that might be a problem in my capping, because all I have is $150 on a +200 sweep ticket. I mean, $300 win on the series is not going to pay bills. So I think I'm probably making a capping mistake, not going in deeper, but I'm just going to sit back with that ticket at this point.
Hey, Jim, real quick about that before Jay, you touch on it, man. You got to tell them, Jay, man, scary money don't make no money. And during the playoffs, Jimmy, you're an NHL guy. I know you probably bet more, especially things you probably don't share with everybody what you do during the playoffs. Kind of take risks in the NBA, man. You don't have to bet a full units on them, but take a variety of bets. I mean, really go out there and test your in-play limits and make some in plays doing playoff basketball. I mean, you can really make some good side chains doing that. I mean, Jay, I'm pretty sure you know it, Jay. You just said you did the same thing with the Denver the other night.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, yeah. I mean, if you're watching the game, especially, it's not like it's a shitload of games on tonight. That's the thing I like about the playoffs. They space this shit out. You have a whole lot of time to focus on these games. I mean, watch them. A lot of them are coming on at different times. If you're watching the games, especially when the team is down, like when the home team is down, something like that, just watch for the momentum to shift. You know what I'm saying? First half, second half, all type of stuff. So I feel like that's how you can do it. I mean, I really feel like if you're a good capper and you already have a good feel for the game before it even started, and then you're watching it and you know basketball. How can you not make money in play? How could you not? You already have what you liked beginning of the game. If that's going better for you, then hop on it. You know what I'm saying? Keep hopping on it. Or if it's going worse for you, you can hedge out of it, get your money back. Bet on the other team that's taking your money. You know what I'm saying, for that bet. So I mean, in this game, I like the Bucks. I couldn't get there. You know what I'm saying? I knew that Blake Griffin wasn't gonna play, but I do like the over here. I'm sad that I didn't get on it at 214, but I did hop on it at 215, man. This is another one where we see that the Pistons had that terrible of an offensive game, and it still damn near went over. It still went to 206. You know what I'm saying? We know that the Bucks are going to get their points. They probably get 120 again. I definitely think they get, like I told you guys on the Low show, the over is 5-0 after the Bucks have won. You know what I'm saying? So they like to keep that momentum. Their offense is a beast. I don't see anyone on the Pistons stopping them. I just hope that at least the Pistons at least get somewhere 90, 95, man. I'm hoping. I mean, they definitely have to score more points here, but the Bucks should get 120 points easy, man. I mean, they average 120 points per game at the house. They're going to get there again, and I'm just hoping that the Pistons can score 5 more points, bro. 10 more points, something, man. So they have to give us more production out there, but I like the Bucks to absolutely smash them again. I hope so, but it's just everyone is on the Bucks, especially after their last game. I mean, usually when a team in the playoffs get blown out like that, I mean, they usually come back the next game and they're getting a shitload of points. It's just that this isn't those teams before. You know what I'm saying? There was still a good team that just happened to have a bad night. The Pistons really are bad, and they probably don't even belong in the playoffs. I mean, damn, why can't the Hornets or somebody like that get in there, man? I don't know. I'm not a fan of the Pistons being in the playoffs whatsoever, and I'm pretty damn sure that plus 200 was easy money for you, Jimmy.
Yeah, man. The plus 200 just seems so easy. And as soon as we jumped on it, there's that very simple move to make in game 4 if you want. If Blake wants to play, if Blake's healthy enough to play, where you could take the Pistons at plus 8 or 9 for a middle. And Dan mentioned that on the show. It's simply the best way to handle a huge favorite is to take them on the sweep. But we just saw that not work out for the Warriors Clippers. But I think that plus 200 is just a very easy play against a broken down Pistons team. And if they don't have Blake at the 4, I mean, listen, Thon Maker only lived in Canada for like a year and a half, but we were very excited about him when he was, because he was in Ontario, in Toronto, in the Toronto area as a 17, 18-year-old after Australia. We liked his game. But come on, you're gonna put him in the starting 5 against the Bucks? I mean, I know he can take some outside shots, but he looks like a college player or a kid playing against men. You know, he's not good enough to be out there. I want to give a quick shout out to our man DJ Big Boss, who grabbed the Nationals first 5 minus a half. That's looking beautiful. I got so much love for Big Boss, so I just want to give him a quick shout out. But yeah, I think the Pistons are in a world of trouble. I think your over is probably pretty nice. I'm not going to take it at this point. My fear, again, is if Milwaukee's up 30. We just saw them play everybody 20 minutes a game. I don't want to be out there hoping for Pat Connaughton to take care of business to get me the over late. But if I had to make a move on the total, I would take the over. Max, what do you think on this game, Detroit-Milwaukee?
You guys already touched on all important points, but I'm going to go in on it. As you guys said, Giannis, I think he played like 22 or 24 minutes. The coach ain't going to push these guys anymore. Next game is on the road. Probably going to rest him up as much as possible. But Drummond got ejected around 27 minutes last game. And as Jay said, I think the over was like 6 to 8 points or somewhere like that. I really like the over here because Bucks are one of the best offensive teams in the league. Just some stats here. Bucks this season average about 118.2 points. That's the number one team in the NBA. At home, they average about 119.9 points. Every time they have faced the Pistons at their home, they've actually put up more than 115 points. So we know they should get that number even tonight, even more. Pistons this season average about 106.8 points. At away, they average about 105.0 points. So if we look at those numbers, it should go to the over. I could grab it before this morning, the over at 213.5 points. It's at 215 now, and Blake was just announced inactive. I don't know really how to take that in, because I remember last game before the playoffs started, it stated that Damian Lillard would be inactive. Then it said right before the start he might play. So I would be wary of that. Don't pull anything off before you know if he's out or in. Pistons this season, per 100 possessions, they put up 108 points, and they let their opponents score their same amount. Bucks offensive rating for 100 possessions, they put up 113.5 points, and they let their opponents score about 104.9. So if you look at those stats, it should really be the over. Maybe if Drummond didn't get ejected last game, we could have got the over. I don't know. I just really want to ask you guys, if you guys on the over, then I might as well jump on it. I see this game going over personally.
Nothing but great information in detail. What Jim said, what Jay said, what you guys said. I mean, what the little shit that I already have written down. I think this is the Bucks money line, not money line, but the Bucks the points. First quarter, first half, full game is the better value bet that side's taking the over. That's personally how I'm feeling about this game. I'm not seeing. I mean, I've capped this game a few times. I just don't see where the offense come from Detroit. Like I said, they're ranked 27 in road points already. You take away their primary scorer, their primary. I mean, you can kind of call Blake the defender as well, their three-point guy as well, their assist leader as well. Blake does everything for this team. They locked down Drummond last game. Drummond is very, very easy to frustrate, you guys. I mean, he's probably one of the most easiest guys to frustrate in the entire fucking NBA. If you guys watch Detroit Pistons games, you can get right into his fucking head, like right into his head. And then you got guys like Luke coming up the bench scoring points. Jim's touched on Don Baker. I mean, he's throwing out there in a role like that. And this guy's a bench player. I mean, I think he could be developed into a starting player, but he needs about 2 more years. He needs a team that believes in him to help develop him right now. And these guards for Detroit, they're just outmatched. You got Bledsoe, contract year for the man, just signed a contract. They in the playoffs. This is what they've been looking for right now. You got Middleton playing in his contract year right now. They're playing against Detroit. They won't pull the Golden State Warriors. They won't be up 31 to lose to Detroit team. Detroit is not the same team as the Clippers. That the Clippers pulled that shit on with Golden State Warriors the other night. They can't do it. If the Bucks are up by 12 points at any point, I don't even see the Detroit Pistons keep the game at a 6 point spread. I don't know where the offense comes from. Who guards Giannis? Nobody. It's all about the Bucks helping this total get over. And if I gotta look at the Bucks to score 150 points for me, because I don't know where 90 points come from for Detroit. I can't take the over, man. I just have to stay away. Just play the side. To me, that's the better bet. And I'm gonna look at some prop bets real quick. Jay, your take on that. You trust the over more so than the minus 15? To me, this team beat up by 30. Same scenario. I mean, even if they don't beat up by 30 something this time, they win by 23. It looks like an easy cashing.
Yeah, I would take the over easily before I take the 15 points. This is still the playoffs. The Pistons still will come in pissed. I mean, I don't think that they'll cover, but I mean, but before I lay 15 points, I'll definitely take the over. I know this is a little bit different. What's different situation. Not a fan of the Pistons whatsoever, but I do think that they score more points tonight. And I can't say I would probably even like the Bucks team total over the 115 because I definitely think they hit that regardless if the over under goes high or not. But I like the Bucks team total over, and I like the over, and I like the Bucks.
No, Jim, your take on this. And real quick, you guys, I did lose in that Boston under 53. It was some points this first half. So, Jay, you did call it over here, man. I am on it personally as well. Like I told you, 203.5. Play I gave out, so I can't really count that shit. But good momentum going on early. And I did put it in the chat. Yeah, Boston plus 4.5. First half in play. I hopped Boston plus 4.5. Looked a little while ago, you could probably get them at plus 2, but look at the quarters getting ready to start. Jimmy, the final take on this game right here, and any prop. Jimmy, I didn't see a prop video today, but any prop that you probably look to in this game that's kind of like jumps out at you.
You know, I thought a nice looking prop here by Adam Beanstalk, Luke Kennard over 11.5 points is a great. I like it. The issue with this Pistons team here is that Reggie Jackson has to step up. You know, there's no reason. I know that Bledsoe is stepping up right now, and he can be a lockdown defender, which surprises me. I never used to think he could do that. He can do that. But there's no reason why Reggie Jackson can't win the battle at point. And the Pistons have never needed him so badly. And yet you just never know if he's going to step up. Reggie Jackson is the only hope for this Pistons team. And I agree with you, King, about the over. What if Detroit only puts up another 90 points? You're going to need 125 from the Bucks. And I'm not saying that they can't get that, but if that was a concern of mine, I would just take the team total over for the Bucks alone and just forget about the Pistons altogether. But Reggie Jackson, Luke Kennard, you get some Bruce Brown, Thon Maker, Andre Drummond. Max is right. Like, Andre Drummond playing a full game is necessary if you want the over, because and remember, King, you brought this up like 6 weeks ago, two months ago in the Pistons game. If Andre Drummond's not there, then the Pistons aren't getting any second chance points, and we know that they have trouble shooting from the outside. So if you want the over, you need Andre Drummond. If you're going to bet the over, I think you should just take the Bucks team total over. I'm not making any moves on this game. I'm just going to sit back with this plus 200 ticket. Not that I'm proud of it, but I'm just going to sit back and watch it.
I'll be very proud of it. I'll take that plus money right there. Max, your take on this, man. I mean, I've heard 2 different points over here. Jimmy, you make a great point, too, with the Bucks team total over. I think that might be more of a solid play. Your take on that, Max. The team total Bucks over. My books don't have these, and so I got to figure it out, man. I mean, I know you wagers allowed where I'm at now, man. I'm going to figure out one of these books, man, so I can get some of these bets you guys get. I know you guys be making parlays. Within parlays, the game is going. I see guys take bets and then add other bets on to them. They got parlay, in-play parlays, whatever they want to call them. I love that shit, man. You know, I'll be fucking around driving with a fucking drop top right now. My top down, feeling like how Jay Money had me feeling in L.A. He was out there turning it up with his top down and the wind blowing through my motherfucking hair and the gray hair in my nose showing. But what's your take on this shit, though, Max, man, when it comes to this game right here? You like that Bucks team total over? I think that was a pretty sharp-ass play by Jim.
Yeah, as I said before, the Bucks have actually put up 115 points plus every time they've faced the Pistons at home. That should be a really good play. But I don't know. The Pistons got embarrassed last time, and Drummond is actually a good player. I know that he gets frustrated and does dumb shit, gets those technical fouls and ejected stuff like that. And Luke Kennard will be starting today instead of Bruce Brown. Luke Kennard is a guy that could go off for 25 points. And talking about Reggie Jackson, that is really a dude you can never count out. I mean, he could have 5 games were really useless. Then he comes in drops 25 from nowhere. I gotta say, I like the Bucks team total over, of course. I'm really unsure about the minus 15 on this game, though. I mean, Bucks could really we don't really care. I mean, let them cover the spread. They could take the win by 7, 8 points. I don't know if they have, obviously they have the energy to blow them out by 30 points, but do they really want it? It's not the first game. They already made the statement. Blake Griffin most likely will not play. There is nobody to pretty much defend Giannis. He should get his 20 to 25 points. Chris Middleton should have a nice night. But my main issue today is will Luke Kennard play well? If he does, then this should go over, and then I could actually see some of a more of a even out game. The Bucks should still probably win, but just a weird feeling I have that the Bucks won't blow them out today. It will be a Bucks win, but it doesn't feel like they will blow them out. If I have to take anything, I would take the total over 215 as the line is right now. And even the Bucks team total over is a pretty decent bet.
Yeah, I'm looking at some props real quick. I know we got to get on because I know Jake got to get out here early, and me and Jimmy and you, Max, will talk about some future stuff real quick. But I'm looking at some props, man. I think the Bucks first and 15 is a decent bet, but it's at a minus 300. So that means I got to lay 400 to win about $133 to me. The risk isn't really worth the reward. Jim, you touched on somebody in chat earlier. And Jim, I know you're great with holding the chat down, man. I'm still trying to learn how to do it, get everybody's questions involved. But the man said Kennard over 11 points. I think that's a great fucking bet. And right now, looking at all the what I've heard from you guys about Drummond, over 32 points and rebounds, to me, he's going to have to play really defensive basketball out there because he's going to be looked at as a scorer, the rebounder, the defender out there for Detroit tonight. I don't know if he touches 32 points. I think Drummond may put himself in foul trouble. And then it's all Bucks here. I'm leaning towards taking the under 32 points of rebounds from Drummond tonight. I think that may be a play I take. I just don't see it. I mean, especially if you expect Reggie to step up tonight, too. You know what? I am taking that. I'm taking Drummond under 32 as a prop bet, 32 and a half rebounds at points. Jay, your final thoughts? Jim, your final thoughts on this game? And we can get to the very last game, you guys.
Yeah, my final thoughts on this one. I'm sorry, guys. I do have to get back to work, man. I'm working 2-3 jobs, man, trying to get it, man, for my son, our family. But hey, me coming on for the, you know what I'm saying, for most of the show is better than me not coming on whatsoever. So, but on this game, man, on the last game, Rockets and Jazz, and I do want to note real quick, the zigzag theory is 4-1 so far in these game twos or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying, the zigzag theory is real, man, especially in the playoffs. That revenge game J shit is strong, man. I like the Jazz here tonight, plus the 7, but more importantly, I feel like it's going to be points scored in this game. I'll say it one last time. I was on the under the last game. It cashed barely. I'm glad that it did, but this one I will not get so lucky as far as the under. We're going to see points in this one. The Jazz are not scoring 90 points here. I do think they get up and over 100 points. We know that the Rockets are going to get their points, but I think this is going to be a little bit of a closer game. I mean, we're going to see maybe more foul calls here, more free throws altogether. So maybe some late fouls here, but I'll give you the Jazz plus the 7 points. I like the way they moved down to 6.5. That shows me that money's coming in heavy on the Jazz, man. I like to see that shit, man. And I'm on the over at 214, man. I tried to bet this shit earlier this morning at 213. Went back to it. I'm talking about not even 30 seconds later, man. That bitch already shot up a whole full point. You didn't see 213 and a half. Went straight to 214, man. I'm all over here. I'm really hoping it comes through for me, man. I got 4 units on this over, so I like it. It's my favorite play of the day, and I also like the Jazz, man. Y'all know what's up. Rain, sleet, or snow, man. Even the J Money at work, man, with the collar shirt on, man. Hey, I'm still gonna be on the Low Bag Show or on Jimmy's show now. You know what I'm saying? And on King Score every day, man. Y'all know what's up. Y'all go follow me on Twitter at J Money is Money. Let's get this point today. And I am on the Pacers plus the point. Small shot on the over, and then I'm on the I lean towards the Bucks. I'm on the over 214. I'm on the over team total for 115, and then I'm on the Jazz plus the 7, and then I'm on the over 214, man. So y'all know what's up. I hope we all cash again today, man, together.
Hey, no doubt, J Money, man. Hey, thank you for coming on. I know you at work. We appreciate it, man. You more than welcome to get back to work, bro. Just you coming on here and doing this shit. I've missed days, but man, you've been here all the time, bro. So I know you in your collar shirt and you talking fast like you selling some used cars from the police auction right now, bro. And I bought a few of them motherfucking limits. So I'm gonna let you get back to work right now. But Jimmy, Any final thoughts on the Bucks game? And we can hop right into the Houston game, Jim. I mean, you start breaking that one down if you want.
Yeah, it's so funny. I came so close to taking the Bucks team total over, and as soon as Max said, "I got a funny feeling inside," I was feeling the exact same thing. I just feel like nobody likes to be embarrassed, and I expect Detroit to play very hard. Now, I'm sure the Bucks still smash them, but they were completely embarrassed. Drummond got the boot. There's no reason. The Bucks are going to win this game easily. There's no reason to keep the gas on the pedal the whole game. And I came so close to making the bet and decided not to. In the Utah-Houston game, if everybody is liking Utah in this game, no, I'm not taking Utah, but we know a lot of cappers who are, then that means it's going to be a tight game. And if it's going to be a tight game, I think it goes over. If Houston dominates this game, it goes under because Utah's not going to be able to score with them. So I'm sort of basing it on people liking Utah because I'm not going to back. I still like your plus 800 for the Rockets to win it all. The only problem with that bet is there's just going to be no hedging opportunities. And the thing with the Rockets last year was there were enormous hedging opportunities. You know what? Actually, I take that back. Do you think, sorry, I know it's sort of off topic, but do you think that with Boogie's injury that you might have legitimate hedging opportunities? Do you think that the Warriors will be less favorites?
Hey, you mentioned it earlier on your show, Jimmy. I heard you say Rikers is plus 900. When I heard that, I looked at my book and I didn't see that shit. I'm like, man, what the plus 900 at? I definitely want to take it. And it's not just a Boogie injury. I've been saying this about KD. I think he's the best player in the league. I think he's had enough of Draymond Green. He's had enough of Steve Kerr. Kevin Durant loves the game of basketball. I think he wants a coach. What he's doing with Golden State right now is not fun for him at all. Then they got this 60-minute interview, Jimmy. You have to fucking check it out. They showed snippets of it earlier. They're talking about it asked, do you want to leave Golden State? Or you guys want to play for different teams, basically. Iguodala like, hell no, I'm too old for that. Everybody laughing about it. But KD had that look on his face like, bro, like, it's not even funny to me. I'm out this motherfucker. Like, he don't plan on being there no more, bro. I don't think Kevin Durant would care if they win or lose this year, bro. And I think if you give me two teams in the West Coast right now who, I can say, coming out the West, it would have to be the Houston Rockets and still, for me, the San Antonio Spurs. I still think Popovich is the Bill Belichick of the NBA, man. I think you give him time to game plan, he'll figure it out. He will figure you out. And he'll fix his mistakes. So I think Rockets plus 900, Jimmy. If you still have that, a $75 bet, a $100 bet on it, man, you still walk with a great deal.
Yeah, I think it's a good look. I think I might pull that trigger at some point. I wonder. I doubt it changes much after tonight. Yeah, at plus 900. It's available in my book right now. Plus 900, sitting there staring me in the face. But I'm on the over in the Rockets game. Max, what do you think about jumping on Rockets futures right now?
I really actually like that. I hate Golden State. I really hope they beat them. Never forget, they were up 3-2 last year. And Rail, I saw that clip where there was Sean Livingston, Curry, Steph, KD, and Andre Iguodala. And Iguodala and Steph were laughing and having a good time. Even Sean Livingston. And you look at KD and Clay at that moment. You can see Clay like, this man ain't gonna stay there, man. He's getting the F out of there. Same with KD, man. It's been too much beef with Draymond and so on. But back to the Rockets. They should actually get to the finals this year. I actually have them versus the Bucks in my bracket. Golden State versus Houston, same as last time. Hopefully CP3 stays healthy and the rest of the squad. Boogie Cousins is out. Capella should have a easier matchup against Bogut this time.
No doubt. Let me break off what I'm on. I hate going against my man Ski, Jimmy. I didn't even know Ski had Utah +7 until you mentioned on your show earlier. I had been busy and all, man. And then Jay hits me with it. He's on Utah as well too. And the last time I was against both of these gentlemen, I think it was that Spurs game in Denver, and I so happened to come out on the lucky side of that one. I'm hoping that luck's in my favor tonight, man. Let it be a luck night, whatever that song goes. You know what I mean? I'm not really fluent with it. But Seth Pelosi, game time decision, to me, that's questionable. But they're going to need his defense. And what the fuck is that shadowing defense you talked about play last game? They basically wanted harder to stay off the free throw line, but you're going to give them the layups every time. Man took him a bunch of shots to get his points. He still put up 29. They didn't contain him whatsoever. He just scored differently. They kept him off the free throw line. That was it. Gonna need Steph for his defense. And Horford, he's still game time too. He may be a defensive liability, but on the offensive end, he helps the Jazz spread the floor a little bit. And you can't really lock down so much on Mitchell. Now you got to watch Horford on the lane because he may miss one or two. Just get his man 5 or 6 shots from that corner or from the top of the key or from the 3/4 in. He's gonna hit those little knockdown jumpers. So he kind of helps them offensively. But they held the Jazz to 25% free last game. They held the Jazz to 39 for 77 field goals. Shoot, that was 39%. I don't think the Jazz have the firepower. And I've been saying that all year when it comes to Donovan Mitchell. Rookie last year, surprised the league with his play. And I would love to hear what the chat has to say about this shit. They surprised him with the play. The beginning of this year, I was telling everybody, look, they're playing them different. When you're a rookie, they don't know what to expect from you. Now you in the league, there's no game plan for you. They have better management for you. You put up 9 points last game, way below his average for the year. Playoff basketball is different. It's not like I'm playing tonight. I'm going to play Atlanta tomorrow. Well, I can really give a fuck about this game. I'll play my guys tomorrow. No, all these games matter. Guys, game plan against you. And Houston has been, I'm not going to lie, about the past 3 weeks in the NBA, been a whole lot better defensively. A whole lot better. Their benches back there all healthy. And Chris Paul locked down Rubio. I mean, Rubio, I've never been a fan of. I think Rubio was overrated when he played for the Timberwolves. Yeah, he stepped up a little bit with the Jazz this year, but see somebody that's always plays healthy. He's always hurt. These European guys always playing hurt. I got an elbow injury. I got a wrist injury. I got a shoulder. I got a knee bruise. I got a hammy. They always got something, so they never 100. So people always boost up what they've done. Oh, Rubio came out and dropped 25 with a bruised hip. But he always got a fucking bruised hip. He should give me 25 every time, man. I don't trust him in this series, man. And Favors, I think it's very overrated. Very overrated. I don't know how the Jazz offensively compete with the Houston Rockets over here, man. I'm on the Rockets first half, and I'm on the full game for 7, man. And I do like over in this spot. I think it goes over. It hasn't been a bet I made yet, Jim, but I personally think it goes over, but the Rockets still cover the 13, 14-point lead, man. I capped around that every single time. Offensively, Jazz don't have it off the bench.
And I'm so excited about watching this game. And I love it. Like, it's funny when certain cappers don't like when other cappers are on the other side of them. I just think it makes it more exciting. It also scares the shit out of me. Like, I'm not going to seeing you on one side, J Money and Ski on the other side. I'll just lay off. I'm telling you, if Houston had won the game 2 nights ago by single digits, I would definitely be on them here. But that embarrassing 30-point loss, it just makes me uncomfortable in this spot. But, I think you guys are right. I mean, Rubio is slower. He's always looked slower than I imagined him to look. And he is broken. He is a China doll, like you say. And the Rockets are just a better team. Now, Spida, I mean, Mitchell is capable of creating offense and stepping up in a game like this. And if he does step up and Utah does step up, I think this game goes over. It's this most simple play for me at this point. But I'm going to think about making a move on this Rockets at plus 900. I think that will boogie out. I mean, if we're going to see a ton of Kevin Looney with the Warriors, I just think the Warriors have all of a sudden become vulnerable. And it's not that I was a big believer in Boogie. but they're better with him in the lineup. And with him out until possibly the finals, he's basically out. I think every team, Rockets, Bucks, Raptors, Celtics, got a shot in the arm knowing that the Warriors are not the juggernaut that they were, that we thought they were, basically. I'm just going to stick with the over, over 214. I got it 213.5 on the show, 214 here. And the only way that hits is if the Jazz stay relevant in this game. So that's what I'm seeing, man. But
no doubt.
I like your looks.
Hey, question before we pass it to Max. Do you see value in the Rockets first half though, -3.5 though, Jim? That was a play I kind of wanted to max out personally. I think 3.5 is perfect. And you touched on something that I think personally you probably looking at maybe looking at it differently than I'm looking at it. I'm intercepting this play a little bit differently. When you say you expect the Rockets to step up, I get it. You expect to be more offense, I get it. If you expect more from Mitchell, who steps up? Who's the other guy who steps up for Utah Jazz? If I expect Mitchell to get his baskets, who's the next player to step up? Is it going to be Gobert? I mean, he does his thing, but he's being hounded out there by the Houston Bigs as well. Who's the third guy we can really count on? The Eagles? I mean, who do you see third scorer possibly putting up 24 points tonight?
It's only Joe. It's the Aussie. Joe Ingles he's got to get hot from outside. He's got to take that shot. Joe Ingles has to take 10 threes today and hit 6 of them. So he's the only guy. Rubio's too slow. Capella I love him. And Gobert is a special talent. But it's not a walk in the park when he's going up against Capella. It's all Joe. It's Joe Ingles. He's got to distribute. And when he gets the ball back at the three-point line, he's got to fire away. He's got to take 10 threes tonight. I need him to take those shots if this is going to go over. So it's Joe. It's the Aussie.
Exactly. That's the last thing my name too was Joe, man. I'm glad you're thinking the same way, man. Max, your take on this game real quick. And before you speak, Max, a player prop that I am hopping on you guys before they pull it off the board for me. I am taking James Harden over 48.5. That's total points, rebounds, and assists. James Harden, points, rebounds, and assists over 48.5 is a player prop adding on to tonight's playoffs. Your take on this game, Max.
Oh, sorry guys, the supermarket near me is on fire. It's like about 50 meters or something. I was just looking at Snapchat. I really like what you guys had to say about this game. I looked into it. I'm actually on the Rockets first quarter and first half. I've seen way too many people taking the Jazz. It was like really 50-50 people on Rockets and people on the Jazz. So I have a hard time taking them full game because, they can actually play good defense. I would have faded the Rockets today if Dante Exum played. If you remember the regular season, he actually played the defense really well. The thing you saw last game, what Ricky Rubio tried to do, did not work. He was pretty much behind him and gave the man free layups. But when Dante Exum did it, he did it really well. He sat on his left shoulder. Whenever he tried to take the shot, he just blocked it. I think he had like 3 blocks on 3 of those step backs. He stepped back and Dante Exum still managed to block him. So they actually have some type of plan how to guard Harden. But tonight I got to be on the first quarter because Rockets this season first quarter, they win the first quarters with an average of 3 points. That's actually the number 1 team in the NBA. At home, they win the first quarters about averaging 3.2 points. Utah this season, they win the first quarters with the average of 1.4 points, and away they lose by 1.4 points. So first quarter, I took the Rockets this morning -2. I think it's at -2.5 now. So I would still take it. I really love that spot. Rockets first half. Rockets are the second best team in the NBA when it comes to covering first halves. This season, they win first halves by 4.3 points, and at home, they win by 5.4 points. Utah is the third best team when it comes to the first halves. They win by 3.9 points this season, but away, they win only by 1.2 points. So Rocket -3 is a easy bet for me there. So I'm on the first quarter -2 points, and I'm on the first half -3. it should go towards the over. I think Jay said last time he got lucky with like 1 point and hit the under. Jazz should be pissed here. They should come out. Donovan Mitchell, that he is actually a pretty decent player. He's a really physical player. I don't really see anyone with that physicality from the Rockets who going to be available to defend him. So if he has somewhat of a good game, they should actually get up for this. And Ricky Rubio's in, he got plenty of experience. It's hard for me to taking the Rockets. It was at minus 6.5 full game and 7. As you guys know, you guys probably seen that they go up by 15 points in the first half and they throw it away in the third and it make it interesting in the fourth and win the game by 2 or 3 points. They even did that against Dallas. Come on, you can't do that against Dallas. So that's really, I can't pick them the full game this time. I even saw Ski on the full game, so it's hard for me to pick that. I could see this game going over, but the only 2 plays I have here is the first quarter -2 and the first half -3.
No doubt. Great breakdown, Max. And Jimmy, I know you're in the office over there, so hopefully they allow us 5 more minutes, man, so we can talk about these futures real quick and get your best bet tonight or looking forward, Jimmy and Max. Jim, talking about futures real quick. On my book, man, if I take 76ers to win the series, Raptors to win the series, Rockets to win the series right now, I get a -135. I think, Jimmy, that's a great bet right now, especially for these games kick off tonight. That's possibly, Jimmy, like $1,000 bet for me, man. I know I heard you earlier bring it up. I would love to add OKC on that ticket for some plus money value, but I'm just going to stay away from them. I think, Jimmy, 76ers, Raptors, Rockets at a -135 right now is great value in the future. Any other futures you want to touch on? And hopefully we can hop on this one together, man, and cash.
Yeah, you know what? I'm getting -135 as well. That's interesting. I don't know why. I thought I was getting -155 on my show. I don't know if that's changed at all. Okay, first off, shout out to Tom Daly. I am putting $150 on Inglis for more than 2.5 threes at +120. I love the plus line. It makes so much sense to me, and I wouldn't have got there if it wasn't for King leading me there and then Tom Daly giving us the spot. So I'm going to take a shot with that. I think it's a lot of fun. But my only worry is, and King, you can calm these worries. My only worry is the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, do I need to be worrying about that?
We have to worry about the Nets, especially going home, man. But we have to know. I think it's better value now if we take it now. I don't know if Brooklyn wins the first game in Brooklyn. I don't know if they win the second game. I think they probably keep it close. But, I mean, the coach's job is on the line up here, Jimmy. Brett Brown, he is a team that he could possibly be the next Mark Jackson of the NBA. And I'm pretty sure he has in his head, like, if I don't win now, I'm going to be the next Mark Jackson. I think he sat back with his team, and B's been off a couple of days to get healthy. That he figured out the rotation, and they'll figure out a way to kind of slow down the Nets. They probably can't completely stop them, but they'll walk away and win this series.
I just don't think there's enough risk reward, and that's because I'm not going to make a big bet on it. Now, if you were going to put a G on it, then there's risk reward that makes sense. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm still sort of at a point where I need to make sure that I got a grand liquid for the Derby in a couple weeks. So now, if I was going to make a big bet, I would have to have total confidence in the Sixers. And I just don't know if I do at this point. I just don't know if I do. So I get it. It makes sense. I'm not going to make the treble. I'm not going to make that 3-way parlay. But I understand if you would. I do understand if you would. To me right now, what's appealing are plus lines. And the plus 900 with the Rockets, I may make in a few minutes. I think I might jump on right now almost and make it an official play. It's gone, though, because the game started. So I can't make it right now. I'd have to wait till tomorrow. But it just seems to make sense with Boogie out. And I get it. If I was going to put $1,000 on that bet, then maybe it makes sense. But me making it 2 units, making it $300 and -135, I'm not going to bother with that.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. If you make a bet like this, Jim, especially being in the playoffs, it's not like it's like a regular game where you have a whole regular season to get that money back if you do take a loss. That's why you, to me, it's like if you make this play, you will want to at least up your ante. I mean, you want to at least go 4 or 5 units, whatever your bet side is, and you want to bet more on it. So it's one of those bets because NBA season is ended, and you're not really going to have too many opportunities to make your cash back. I mean, I know some of them are still chasing money. Some guys are just starting to bet. And I mean, you do this all year round. You bet everything. And you said Kentucky Derby, man. So maybe I need to get a little something to the side too, man, so I can hop on these horses. Ever since you came down here, bro, I've been liking these fucking horses racing, bro. I damn it about to play some virtual reality horse betting. So my wife told me, no, don't do that shit. And then we was downtown, matter of fact, downtown Vegas last weekend, and they got the little horse machine. It's like a hockey machine, Jim. But horses that run around the table. I bet like 50 cents on that shit. I walked away.
Oh man, I have memories of being a 16, 17-year-old sneaking in a Montreal casino, playing that fucking horse machine. I'm telling you, there's no better opportunity to get a big score than the Kentucky Derby with a 20-horse field. And I know exactly how to do it. And I came so close. In 2013, I mean, I hit like a $1,200 exacta with Orb Golden Soul. But I had it the other way around. And Golden Soul was 35-1. If he wins that race, he's just he's maybe a length and a quarter behind. It's the opportunity for a 5 to 10 grand score in the Kentucky Derby is very attainable. So I'll definitely have a play for you guys and a play for you to roll with on the Derby Run for the Roses May 4th. But I know we're running a little late for time. I want to thank you so much for having me on the show, King. It was a treat to work with Max. Love seeing Jay Money doing his thing. So thank you guys so much for having me. It's just an honor working with you guys.
No problem, man. Thank you for coming on as always, man. My plays for the day are on the board right here. It's kind of hard to see, man. Boston first quarter under with a loss. We have the Boston in play, matter of fact, plus 4.5 first half, and the calf for us. We hit the Boston in play first half plus 4.5. I've been solid with first half plays, guys. Now second half a little bit, you got to worry for my black ass, but hopefully I can fix that tonight. But anyway, you're on the Bucks first quarter times 3. I got the 4.5, the 5.5, the 5, and the full game -9. That first half -9 and -15 was the play for me. I went to go take it. It was at 15.5. I stayed off. Hopefully Detroit, if they can, score a little bit. I can get like a 13. They play the top on it. Houston first quarter, first half, full game. Took my boy Max on the first quarter. First half, I was already thinking about it and talking me into it at full game at the play. Harden over 48.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I know I have another play too. I took my wife to take it, but the phone's not around. Max, your plays, and Jimmy, if you don't mind ending the show with Joe Liche, as long as you don't bring Freddie and Larry up, I am all the way okay with that.
Yeah, great show, guys. It's always fun working with you guys, and it's even more fun when it's a new guy showing up, new faces, getting familiar with all of you guys. My plays for today are, sorry guys for the Boston first quarter -2. They started the game off same as last time, but I tailed the King Rails in play and cast. It was really good. So see, you gotta follow this guy's in plays. And I was leaning the over. It's looking good. I didn't take it, but that was my lean. And I actually took, it was a lean, but I made it a play. Bucks Pistons over 215 points. It's looking good right now, but the second half could die out. But that's a play for me. Pistons and Bucks over 215 points. And I took the Rockets -2 first quarter, and I took the Rockets first half -3. I will be looking to in-play this game. As I said, a lot of people on the Jazz, a lot of people on the Rockets. If I find the edge and I see momentum, I might jump on it. But stay tuned, guys. As usual, I'm really happy to be here, guys, doing what I love, talking about basketball and dabby time, the good stuffs in life. You can find me on Twitter at MaxSenpaiBra, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.